Mzansi, welcome to African Farming. So there you are. You finally got that piece of land you've been looking for so many years. However, there's one question burning in your mind. Where do I start? To talk about this is Praveen Dwarika from Lemang Agricultural Services with me in studio today. Praveen, welcome.
Thanks very much, Phil.
So Praveen, I went to Google, how do I start farming? And a lot of things came up. One of them is like, you have to know your environment, you have to know your soil, you have to know your seed. That means there are many steps that I need to consider before I even start planting my first seed.
Absolutely, 100%. So I think all of what you mentioned and all of that you found on Google is all correct, but it's got to start with the plan. So ultimately, decide what you want to be doing. Farming is not something that you're going to get in and out of, like a speculative type of thing. This is an investment that you're making, and potentially for the rest of your life. So obviously, you want to start with a solid foundation, and that normally comes with a business plan. So there we play a role in supporting farmers in compiling the business plan, making sure what you want, understanding whether the environment with which you're working is conducive to what you want to do. Because you may have plans, but certainly from a technical perspective, you will need some sort of support to understand if I'm able to produce those kind of crops in that particular area, considering the wider environment. So it's important to start with that planning and consult with experts. And that doesn't necessarily come with a price. Advice is free. So we're happy to have those conversations and guide farmers along that journey of compiling those plans.
Now, speaking of consulting with experts, we've covered 2 or 3 farmers in the television series where they had corporate jobs and they left those jobs and they went to farm 24/7. But now, if I want to do that, where do I go for advice?
Speak to agribusinesses, speak to people in your community, speak to the key opinion leaders. Some of exactly these featured farmers that you've just spoken about. Have the conversations with them. They always happy to share. That's the great thing about the agricultural sector in the development space. There's a lot of knowledge sharing. There's a lot of interaction between the farmers. And it's not about them talking about their successes. It's them talking about how to help you succeed in your venture. So opening up the conversations, critical to any journey, and we strongly encourage aspiring farmers to have the conversation. Start with your local environment and then widen the net, and there's so much of information that you can pick up.
Now, speaking of local environment, I've been to quite a number of farms, and I noticed that it is very important for you and your neighbor to know each other and to get along. Why is that?
Supporting each other insofar as resources are concerned. You may find, for example, certain bits of mechanization, for example. You're not quite in a financial position to be able to afford it. It's very important to be able to know that you have a neighboring farmer, for example, that could support you in that. We find a lot of collaboration in that respect. But also remember, from a safety and security point of view as well, you wanna be looking out for each other. Making sure that the community itself supports you. So yes, never underestimate the power of having these close relationship and close ties with your neighboring farmers, with your community, with your agribusinesses, with technical experts, etc. But it's critical.
Now let's talk about Solomon Masango, who's actually quite a successful farmer, and he comes from your hands. You guys had a long journey with him. Why was this important for both him and you?
Now, look, we spoke about collaboration earlier, and I think this is a perfect example of how that's worked in real life. If you look at Solomon's previous career journey versus where he is right now, it's a complete 180 that he's done. And he's had a burning passion to be able to do it. So he was ready for this journey. All we did was to come and assist him on the finance side. We assist him on the agronomy services side. We have our agronomists that visit him regularly at all parts of the season. So in soil preparation, planting, crop maintenance, and then finally at the harvesting and delivering phase. Also helping him, when it comes to delivering his grain, contracting his grain for him. But it was beneficial for him in the sense that he had the support of this agribusinesses that supported him 100%, but also from our side, it was knowing and understanding that what we do is able to translate into a reality and a success story, as we see with Solomon. So for us, there's nothing better for us to know that and see also the tangible effects of what we're putting out there. But there's also been lessons for us to be learned in the process. We go back and we understand, okay, what do we need to do differently perhaps? And this is a learning journey. But we certainly feel very proud of what Solomon's managed to achieve.
Now, lastly, Praveen, what advice do you want to give to somebody who's got the passion for agriculture and wants to start farming?
So go into it if you're ready for a long journey. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication, and if you're really willing to sacrifice time, put in a lot of energy into it, there's certainly the outcomes that you desire. They will manifest. Have the conversations with us. We have people that are really passionate about sharing their knowledge, not just within Lemang, but some of our external stakeholders, some of our farmers as well that have achieved success. We can open up those conversations for you. Go and experience it from somebody that's been through the journey themselves. And we encourage conversations all of the time, because through those conversations come the opportunity for collaboration and support. And that's going to set you up for success.
Praveen, thank you so much for that hands-on practical advice.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Toby.
And to you, the viewer, thank you for watching African Farming. Please keep on talking to us on the socials at #AfricanFarming or AfricanFarming.com. And remember, we farm better together.
Get the necessary cover for you and your family in the event of unforeseen misfortune. The African Farming Protector Plan offers you comprehensive funeral cover for your entire family plus extended family at an affordable cost. Our product also offers benefits such as monthly discounts on groceries, discounted bus tickets, ambulance services, and trauma and assault assistance, to name a few. For more information on the African Farming Comprehensive Funeral Plan, SMS African Farming to 45269 and get the peace of mind you deserve.